Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hi, Bhumika. Hi, Sitaram. Hello, Ali. Hi, Tia. Hi, Shividya. Hi, Tora. Hi, Kenneth. Hi, Faizan. Hello, Arvinder. Hi, Angelina. Hi, Nikita. Good evening.
Good evening.
Can you all hear me well? I'm going to turn on my camera. Give me a second here.
Yes, we can hear
Yes.
you.
All right. Let me fix my camera here. Give me a second. Can you all see me?
Yes, Sudesh.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening and welcome to IT Business ServiceNow Analyst IT Business Training session today, guys. And thank you for coming. And if you guys are here, this is important for you. And before we jump into the program, we can go ahead and do some introduction and we'll take it from there, okay? Hi, Bhumika, can you give us a quick introduction about you, please?
Hi, Sudesh. How are you? How are you, everyone?
Hi, Bhumika, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So my name is Bhumika. I have done a master in a business administration. My major subject were marketing and human resource. I'm working as a site manager in Suncor Energy. It's been a 16 years working with the retail, and I'm from Toronto.
Thank you. Hi, Sitaram. Can you give a quick introduction about you, please, and why are you here?
Hi, Sudesh, and hi, everyone. This is Sitaram. I just completed my education in Canada, 2 years program, which is International Business and Supply Chain Management. Before that, I completed my engineering in electronics and communication. Coming to my work experience, I have done 1.5 year in TCS as a system engineer, and I'm here for learning business analyst and getting to market in Canada. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Ali. Good evening, Ali. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. I'm good, Sudesh. Hope you
And
can hear
give us
me.
a quick introduction about you, Ali.
Yes, sure. So my name is Ali, and I'm already working as a business analyst. So I've joined this training as I just want a refresher and then to go on to the ServiceNow and to learn that particular platform. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ali. Thank you. And Tia is my assistant. All right, that's okay. Hi, Srividya. How are you? Good evening.
Hi, Sudesh. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I am
Happy to
here
have you
to
here.
attend the business analyst course. So right now I'm just doing my job search. So I just want
Okay. Okay.
to
Which city are you calling from?
California, Bay Area.
Okay, you enjoying the sun?
Haha.
Give me a little sun, Srividya. I don't want that. I don't think you need to go to Mexico,
Yeah,
right?
no.
Okay, very good. Okay. Thank you. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Hello, Faizan. Good evening. How are you? Hello, Faizan. Can you hear me? Maybe he's fixing
Can you
his
hear me
mic.
now? Am I
Oh, I can
audible?
hear you now. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I think there's some issue with my microphone. So yeah,
it's
good
okay.
evening, Sudesh. Thank you for inviting me to this session. Hi, everybody. My name is Faizan. I have uh, a background in mechanical engineering. I did a bachelor's, and more recently, I did a master's in mechanical engineering. I have worked as a project coordinator for an automation company uh, in Orangeville, and then later on, I've worked as a program manager for Stellantis. That's an automotive manufacturer, Jeep, Dodge, and all those cars. It's the parent company for that, those brands. And more recently, I'm working as a inspection engineer for Nexstar Energy. That's a battery manufacturing plant. Uh, it's still under construction in Windsor. So that's where I am right now.
Thank you, Faizan. Thank you so much for coming. I'm
Yeah,
sure this is very important for you, and it's important for me to help you out too. Thank you.
yeah.
Hi,
Thank you.
Kenneth. Good evening. Thank you. Hi, Kenneth. Good evening. Okay. Hello, Harvinder. Good evening, Harvinder.
Hi, good evening, Sudesh.
How are
Good evening,
you?
everyone. I'm doing good, Sudesh.
Give us a
As
quick introduction about yourself, please.
so, Sudesh, I'm here again because, as I mentioned, you due to some personal issues, I'm not able to gain my job in business
Yeah.
analyst. So I just
Mhm.
want to refresh my memories and my learnings. That's why I'm here. And
Okay.
yeah, thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thank you. Hi, Angelina. Good evening. How are you?
Hello. Hey, sorry,
Hi.
I'm trying to get off my mute.
Okay.
My name is Angelina and I'm based in Dallas, Texas. And this is my first time actually as a business analyst. And I don't have an experience, I just have an experience in accounting.
Okay. Thank you, Angelina. Thanks for coming.
All right,
And I'm
thank
happy
you.
to have you here. Thank you. Hi, Aarti. Good evening, Aarti.
Hey, good evening, Sudesh. Yeah,
How are
how are
you?
you? I'm
I'm
good,
doing very
thank
good.
you.
Thank you for coming. Can you give us a little bit of introduction about you, please?
Yeah, so I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia, and my experience was in law, totally like in the law firm I was working. Now I'm looking for a business analyst course, and I don't
Mhm.
have experience in IT. So,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
No problem. If you don't have an experience, we can solve that problem and we can help you move into this job, Aarti. Happy to have you here.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Welcome. Hi, Jairo. Mr. Jairo Edward.
Hello,
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm very good. Happy to have you here. Can you give
Thank
us a
you.
quick introduction about you, please? Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I am Jiro Edward. I'm based in Ottawa, Ontario, in Canada,
Okay.
and I'm a novice in IT, and I'm looking forward to get the basic knowledge and kickstart my career in business analysis.
Thank you, Jiro. So you don't have any IT experience and you're coming in new, correct?
Yeah, I have none.
Okay, okay. How's the weather in Ottawa?
Very good.
Okay, I'm
But it
happy
was
you're.
cold this morning, but I think,
Oh, is it?
yeah,
I like Ottawa and Capitol Hill there. Really nice.
yeah,
Very good. Okay, happy to have you here,
yeah, thank you.
Jiro. Welcome. Hello, Nikita. Good evening, Nikita. How are you?
Hi, good evening in there. How are you guys?
I'm doing very good. How are you? How are you, Nikita?
E-
How are you doing
Uh,
today?
I'm okay in there, just running a little low today, just running some fever here today.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. You can just sit back and just turn on your speaker and just listen through it. Okay.
Yeah, not a
And have
problem.
you been in
Yeah.
IT before, Nikita?
Um, yeah, a long time back I've done IT before in my undergraduate in
Yeah.
there, but I
Yeah.
have my background in finance. I have more than 15 years of work experience in finance.
Okay.
And
Okay.
recently also I have done business analysis course
Yeah.
with Ingrid in there,
Sorry, where?
with Ingrid.
In grid. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a couple of months back only I've done it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, I've done my master's in finance from UK. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, and then my background is basically into finance, accounting. I live in Florida.
Okay. Okay.
The warm weather.
Oh, oh yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So
Florida is always good and always sometimes notorious too.
yeah,
So
that's true.
but let's look at the good side. Look at Florida is the party city, right?
Yeah.
So happy to have you
So though,
here.
like the other people were saying, I do not have any work experience in business
Yeah,
analyst at all
yeah, yeah,
right now, but
yeah,
just trying to attend this and trying to gain more experience about it.
yeah. Okay, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
I will set up. I'll set up and help you understand what is this all about, and I'll give you all a good introduction. Okay. Thank you
Sure.
for your introduction, Nikita. Happy to have you here. Hi,
Yeah.
Tora. Hello,
Just
Tora.
one question in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Will there be a video of this provided later today, just in case
Yeah.
if I'm
Yeah.
not
All our
able to
sessions are recorded.
attend
All our
all
sessions are
along?
recorded.
Just want to make
And
sure.
yeah, yeah, all our sessions are recorded. Um, and Tia, my assistant, is here as well and take some notes. She's gonna send out recordings to everybody who has attended. You guys have to make sure that check your spam. Sometimes the emails end up going there. So I think by tomorrow morning before 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., you're gonna get the recordings. They'll be in your mailbox, and you'll also get a newsletter from us. Okay, and you will
Yeah,
also
I'll
get
try
a
to attend
SMS
it.
notification too, right?
I'll try to
So
attend it as much as I can, but it
yeah,
just in
yeah,
case if I'm not up to
yeah.
it,
That's
just
okay.
want to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just take
Thank
it
you so
easy on
much.
you. Take it
Thanks.
easy on you. Thank you. Okay. Hello, Tora. Good evening, Tora. How are you?
Good evening. My name is
How are you?
Tore. I work in the oil and gas. I'm just looking for a way to change and break into the tech industry. I live in Alberta, Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just about it.
Happy to have you, Tora. Happy to have you here. Thank you
Yep.
very much.
Yeah.
Hello, Laksh. Laksh Anand, good evening. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How about you?
I'm very good. I know you just came in, and I'm asking you, and I'm calling your name out right here. We're going through a small, quick introduction, getting to know people. Can you give us a quick introduction about you? Why are you here? What is your career background, and why are you looking for a business analyst?
Yeah, for sure. So I recently graduated from mechanical engineering and management degree,
Yeah.
and I'm looking to start my career, and I'm looking for a business analyst job because that's where most of my internship experience lies.
Okay.
Yep.
Which city are you calling from?
I'm in Hamilton, Ontario.
Okay. And are you work permit? Are you PR? Are you a citizen?
I have a work permit. Yeah.
Work permit. Okay. All right. So, Laksh, happy to have you here, but I also recommend you to have a one-on-one conversation with me so that I can give you a detailed plan on how to transition into the job market. Okay. So, without taking much time, let me go in today's agenda, and I'm going to go ahead and discuss what this course is all about, and what are the different phases of this training, and we can quickly go into that. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'm going to share my screen over here. All right. So, guys, I want to tell you that I'm a business analyst in Guideware Technology, and I've been training folks for a pretty long time, and I've trained hundreds of candidates in my lifetime, and I'm also a hiring manager, and I understand the importance of how to move into this business analyst career. Okay. So first of all, I want you to let you know that this is business analyst training with a ServiceNow technology specialization. How many of you have attended my webinar? How many of you have attended my webinar? Anybody here? Can you raise your hand? Faizan was here. Anybody else other than Faizan? I think Angelina, you're there, right? Angelina was there. I know some
Yes,
guys
I
said.
did.
Yeah. All right. So the reason why I asked you is because if you have not been to my webinar, then you definitely need to go through my webinar. It is a very detailed one. I've gone through detail in it, and but still, I would quickly give you go through the curriculum what we're going to cover. I do want to tell you that I want to set a stage and I help you understand you need to understand how to move into a BA career in 2025, and you got to understand the demand supply. If you don't understand the supply and the demand, then I can tell you you don't know what's going on in the job market. Okay. If you don't want to study only business analyst, studying business analyst, if you know only business analyst 3 years back, you'd have still get a break within 2 to 3 months. But the job market is very different today. Let's talk about the job market first, and before I going into the curriculum here. Okay. What I want to tell you is today's job market, you have to understand there are different kinds of business analysts. Okay. One is business analyst based on sectors, and then you have business analyst based on systems. Okay, sector is banking BA, healthcare BA, retail BA, telecom BA, and there are many kinds of BAs like that. Okay, that's one sector, one way of going into BA. And you can go into those kind of sectors if you have a domain experience. All right. And for many of the guys, they don't have domain experience. So what is my solution? Right. And these domains are not recession proof. There's a recession, you get laid off. Job security on the domain side is kind of little less. But if you are on the technology side, if you specialize on an application, your system, like I started as a generic BA many years back, but then quickly I moved into guidewire technology, right, and into ServiceNow technology. And today wherever the technology is deployed, I get a job. I never have an issue with getting a job, and that is what you have to understand. If people are saying I'm not getting a job, which means that there are two things: they don't understand if their career is in demand, and second is the folks are not understanding how to navigate into the job market. Okay, you got to understand that you want to have a career which is future career, and which is a cloud-based career, and a career which you don't have to worry about for the next 10 years. So in that way, business analysts, there's a lot of jobs coming in. So that makes it easy for you to get into the IT market. Business analyst does not require coding skills. That's even a good news for you. So what's the big deal about it? So there's a technology called ServiceNow right now, and you need to visit through my webinars, my YouTube channels to get an understanding of it. ServiceNow is an IT help desk tool. It's a cloud-based tool which is running in AWS and Azure cloud platforms. And there's a lot of deployment going on. And a lot of business analysts are hired who have a specific knowledge about ServiceNow platform. So in this training, you will learn the core BA skill set, and you will also learn how to become a BA in ServiceNow. And there is a certain way of moving into this career. There are certifications required and all those kind of good stuff. And I'm going to talk about now what about the core areas which you will learn in this BA. So this is a quick curriculum I made just for this training for you guys. I have a very fancy curriculum, but then it will not cover all the content. So I have made a detailed content over here. Module 1, we will learn the introduction to business analyst. You got to understand you are moving in not as a ServiceNow specialist. You are moving in as a business analyst in ServiceNow domain. There are 4 roles we train in our company. One is ServiceNow admin role, ServiceNow BA role, ServiceNow developer role, and then ServiceNow implementation specialist. The developer role and implementation specialist can become technical. Okay, so the roles which you can go in is ServiceNow admin and BA. More jobs are coming on the BA side. Okay, the outcome of the training is some of you guys will get job in ServiceNow. Yesterday, one of my candidate got job in 3 weeks. He's coming from no IT background. His name is Karan. He has left a recent Google review. You can reach out to him and Google and reach out to him. He can get back to you. He studied with us for 2.5 months. He did his certifications. He only applied job for 3 months, 3 weeks. He was ServiceNow certified, Scrum Master certified. Very first job, he got a job in Tata Consulting Services in a major bank, full-time job, and at $95,000 Canadian dollars, he got it. And that's the same scenario on the US side too. So what will it take for you to become a BA? First thing is you got to understand your foundation. Your core job is a BA and specialization is ServiceNow. So we will start with the module 1, which is Introduction to Business Analysis, role of a business analysis in IT projects. We will understand a couple of a couple of software development life cycles, which is Agile, Scrum framework, and waterfall methodology. These are the 2 popular methodologies right now, which is the technologies are going on in the job market, and you will learn both from me. And then once we learn the software development life cycle, you will continue to understand what is your role in today's software development lifecycle. These are the foundations to move into an IT career as a BA. You got to understand in the software development lifecycle, where is your role? What is your role? What kind of documentation do I need to do? What kind of tools am I using? Who are my stakeholders? All of those things you need to understand. And what are your key BA deliverables? Second is module 2, core BA activities. The main role of BA is to gather requirements. Okay, document those requirements, analyze those requirements, and there is a method to do that. Okay, and we're going to look into that. We're going to understand how to handle our stakeholders. There's something called UML diagrams. Okay, and these diagrams are very important. These are analysis diagrams which you will need to which you'll need it to clarify doubts on processes and business problems. Okay, then we're talking about use cases and user story writing. These are different kind of analysis techniques which you will be using in your job. So this training will help you, will get you job readiness. It will help you clear that BA interview. Also, you will also learn how to perform your job also in this. Okay, module 3, we're talking about real-time BA deliverables. What are the documentations are we talking about? We are talking about business requirement documents, functional requirement documents, user stories, process flow diagrams, activity diagrams and sequence diagrams, mockups and wireframes, all the kind of UML diagrams. There are tools which we are going to look into it. Then we're going to learn the agile tools and collaborations. Introduction to Jira and Confluence, writing epics, user stories, tasks in Jira, sprint planning and review. These are very important concepts. I will make it very simple for you to understand. Okay, so don't worry about that. Product backlog grooming. What is product? How do we groom our requirements? Okay, what are different kind of meetings where we're talking about? What are my roles in my meetings in day-to-day BA jobs? Then we're talking about testing. We are working with software testing guys. Okay, are we doing testing? No, that we are working with them and we are helping them understand the requirements so that we enable them to do the testing on the client requirements. And there is a method to it. And we'll teach them how to write test cases and scenarios. And there's something called user acceptance testing. That's the only testing we do with the stakeholders. And there's a lot of templates we're going to see in this training. And the next is RTM, Requirements Traceability Matrix. As a BA, since we engage with requirements, it's very important for us to understand how to track the requirements. So that's what we learn in RTM. And the next is module 6. In the module 6, we are going into resume preparation with ServiceNow BA keywords and mock interviews and all those things. We will come back to this. Phase 2 is ServiceNow BA training. Okay, there are 2 phases to this training. One is BA learning. You're learning the BA training. Phase 2 is ServiceNow BA training. In the ServiceNow training, you are learning ServiceNow administration fundamental, which is nothing but you're learning the ServiceNow. I'll show you the Excel in more detail. So first you learn the ServiceNow administration tool, which is the tool where IT tickets are created, and you need to know how to deploy this tool, how to configure this tool, how to navigate through this tool. There are various roles in this: user and role management, business rules, forms and data management, workflow and automations, and advanced topics and integration. So you'll be learning that. Module 2 is ServiceNow ITSM. Here, this is ITSM is nothing but IT service management. There is a technical framework this ServiceNow system is working. Don't freak out. You don't have to be technical to learn this. These are functional concepts. You're learning a product, that's it. So there's nothing to freak out about it. So you will be learning completely about the ITSM framework, which is IT service management, incident management, problem management, change management, service management, service request management, knowledge management, CMDB. CMDB is configuration management database. It's a heart of ServiceNow product, reporting dashboards. And then you will learn something called ITBM. ITBM is IT business management. And in some countries, we call it IT business management. Some countries, we call it SPM, strategic portfolio management. If you want to become a BA, it's very different in ServiceNow. You cannot go into ServiceNow platform as a BA without learning how to run the agile projects, how to do costing, how to documentation, how to integrate Jira into ServiceNow ecosystem. Without this, these are very crucial skills to become a BA, and we're gonna help you learn this. Okay, and the BAs and the important thing after that is pre-sales activities and post-sales activities. If you are with a consulting firm, you will be engaging with clients who will be you'll be doing pre-sales activities. So you'll be learning all of those things, importantly throughout this program. There is phase 1 and phase 2. What I want to tell you is the first 3 sessions of this week, I am going to offer you complimentary. I do not want to charge you because I really want to see whether I want you to see whether um, wait a second, Harvinder, I'll get back to you on that. What I want to tell you is, do you want to know whether this career is for you? And I will continue to discuss what are the key skills required to become a BA in ServiceNow ITSM. Okay. So the first part is the BA part, which is this training is going to take at least for 2 months for you. Okay. And if you want in-class service now, then you pay extra for it. If you want to learn through self-paced, it's totally free. I have a lot of people who want to learn self-paced, and you can opt for that. For the BA core, I'll be the training, and the first 3 sessions are going to be totally free for you. Everybody okay with it? Any questions so far? Harvinder, you had a question?
No, thank you, Sudesh. I just asking like I have to
Okay.
leave this session. We'll catch you in the
Okay.
recordings. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Okay. Is this a 1 day training or more than a day? Not sure. So was asking. Sorry. No, this is a 2 month training. First 3 sessions are free for you to see if this training is for you, and if you're okay with everything, and then you can take it up from there if you think this training is for you. Nikita, are you good? All right. Okay. Hi, Laksh. Hi, Sam.
So if I
Welcome
got
to
you
the training.
correctly, yeah, sorry. So if I got you, because I have not got the email before about this,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. So the 2 months training, it's a paid one or a non-paid one?
It's a paid one. It's a paid one. For US guys, it is 1,200. For Canadian guys, it is 1,700. It's a paid one, and only the first 3 sessions are complimentary for you. And
Okay.
while you're doing your BA training with me, you're also parallelly learning ServiceNow training also through recorded sessions if you want recording. If you want in-class training, you got to pay extra for it. It is coming around somewhere close to 750 USD for American guys, and for Canadian guys, it's coming to 1,000 USD. Sorry, Canadian for Canadian guys, $1,000. Okay, Nikita.
So yeah, so just one last question in there. So like today is the first session, and then when will be the next other two
Oh,
sessions?
one. Thank you so much for reminding me. I almost lost that. So the training days are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, even 8 p.m. EST. It'll go for 1.5 hours to 2 hours.
Okay. Can you send a reminder in the email so that we know about
You're
it?
gonna get you're gonna get
Yeah.
all the
Thank you so
communications to you.
much for
Yeah,
answering
no
my question.
problem. No problem. So once you finish the training, okay, once you finish the training, you let me go back. So once you finish the training, you're done the training and everything. You are engaging into completing 2 certifications: CSM, which is the Certified Scrum Master certification, and when you're doing Certified ServiceNow Administrator. Okay, so you have to finish these two, and we will help you clear it. We'll share the dumps for you to clear it. Then we're looking at pre-marketing phase. After once the training is completed, we will create the resume for you. We'll give you projects, interview questions, a LinkedIn prep. There'll be a fantastic interview preparation will be done for you, and you will be job ready. There'll be mock interviews. Everything will be delivered to you. While you're getting your email tomorrow, you will also get a video of the webinar which I did recently. You need to look into that because I have talked more detail about our modules and everything. So on the ServiceNow side, like I said, you are covering all those components. The tools, what we're looking over here is you're going to learn a practical training through ServiceNow platform. Okay, you're learning Jira by Atlassian, and where you'll be really documenting all your requirements. You do backlog grooming, sprint planning, and all the stuff. Then you're looking at Confluence, where we were saving documents like documentation, project management kind of activities. Yes, Fazan, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. It's volume a little
Yeah.
low, but I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, I just want to ask, so all these trainings that you're talking about, Confluence, Lucidchart, and all these, will these be recorded sessions or
No, these are in class. So the BA training, Faizan, there are two phases. The BA part is in class. Okay. ServiceNow also we have in class, but you got to pay extra for it. But if you want to learn in self-paced, it's free for you.
So how long does that take, the ServiceNow, if you're doing it on self-paced?
It's a 2-month training program. The ServiceNow program itself is an in-class session is 2 months. If you sit on a recorded session, you can finish it in 15, 20 days.
So what's the difference between the in-class
You will
and
have a mentor in the class where you can ask real-time doubts if you want a real-time session. Okay. But in the recorded sessions, you don't have, it's a self-paced training.
and if we have any doubts in the self-paced program, who do we ask and who do we refer to?
If you want extra support, I can help a trainer to help you out. That will be a little paid support for you. We can work it out for you.
Okay.
Got it? But I don't see an issue. A lot of people are able to finish it off in the self-pay. I don't see it's that complicated. But if you want access, trainer access, we can provide you. That's not a problem. Okay?
Okay.
Are you
Thank
clear
you.
so
Okay.
far?
Yeah, I'm clear. So the BA would be different training. Okay, understood.
Yeah, BA will be done by me because BA is the main framework, and I want to make sure that no, self-pays is not paid, Nikita. It's free for you. It's complimentary. You don't pay for that. Okay, so it's not, you don't pay for it. And yes, Faizan. So yeah, so let me go back to this. So once you finish it, Lucid Chart, it's another tool where you use the UML diagrams. We have to do process flow diagrams, use case diagrams, activity diagrams. We do those diagrams there. Then we use Balsamic. It's a wireframing tool where we have to create mockups and prototypes, visualization tools. Then we're talking about Microsoft Excel, where we create many templates like requirements traceability metrics, UAT test case document, gap analysis metrics, sprint tracking logs. Then Word document, you need it to do some documents like BRD, FRD, meeting minutes, status reports, and that's all. So this is the framework which you guys will be going through module after module. The BA training is completely done by me. For ServiceNow, we have separate training. It's a different training together. Like you see, I show you the modules at 35 point how it's 2 months training. Okay, but it can get really expensive for people to pay for ServiceNow and BA. So what we do is we offer BA training. We can offer complimentary training for self-paced learning. Yes, Sitaram, go ahead.
Yes, Satish. So if we go through the many of the job descriptions of the listings in LinkedIn, I can see some job descriptions need SQL as a tool, which we need to aware of. So could you please tell about that? Like, do we really require
Very
that?
good question. Yeah, very
Yeah.
good question. See, knowing SQL is a good to have skill, but it's not a must. It's not a game changer. All right. So it's not like a must skill which you need to know. All right. So what I would suggest you is if you want to learn SQL, we do data analyst training also. We can give you free access. You can learn SQL and Tableau from us for free, but it looks good on your resume. Only in certain data related projects you might require SQL, but it's not a must. It's not a game changer. Okay.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
All right. But if you want to learn SQL, I can share the recordings from the data analyst training. You can learn it in 1 week. It's not a big deal. As long as we know how to extract data from a SQL server, we are good. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I'm good.
All right. Wonderful. All right. So we are here in the business analyst training. How many of you know? Can you tell me what is business analyst? Let's start from there. Let's see how much you guys know about this role already. Hello, Musumi. Welcome. Can you tell me what you know about BA role? Can somebody raise your hand if you're about to answer, and you can tell me what is a BA role? What is your understanding about? Let's start from there. Anybody? Yes, Sitaram, go ahead.
So, a business analyst is a guy who acts as a bridge between IT team and business team. He's a person, he or she is a person who gather requirements, do some analysis, and present that to IT team, so that the product get developed and in a smooth manner. So even the technical team get the requirements, understand the requirements with the help of BA. So that's all I know about that BA. Yeah.
Okay, good. That was a good one. Who else? Who else wants to add on to that? What do you think is the BA's role today? Go ahead. Anybody else wants to take a take? Yes, Bhumika, go ahead.
So, business analysis, as the person said, it's a bridge between the stakeholder and the IT people. Basically, they
Yeah.
understand the needs of the organizations and give them a better solution, which can help, give a value to the shareholders and provide something worth it to develop.
Okay. Wonderful. Something meaningful, right?
Yes, meaningful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Good. Anybody else? Anybody else has a take on?
Yeah. Business analysts basically they help to solve the real world business problems in there.
Yeah. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Everybody said it was very good. So let's go ahead and try to understand what is BA's role, and we'll start from there. What I want to tell you is the first few sessions, I'm going to keep it very light, okay? My trainings, you're going to go through a lot of case studies, you're going to go through a lot of practicals, and you're also going to go through a lot of theory also. What I want you to understand is a business analyst is a role where you are an analyst, guys. There are various things you need to do. Okay, in today's agile framework, there are a lot of things are happening at the same time. Okay, so you got to understand very clearly in what phase, what am I doing, and when do I need to kickstart this particular activity. So it's an analyst activity. What you're really getting to do over here is getting to preparation of the job. In the beginning, I'm going to keep it very light, but my role is to help you start thinking like a BA. You'll be able to clearly understand the BA's role. You know, when you really think like a BA, that's where you need to get to. And with my training, you will get there. Okay. First, let's talk about BA. Business analysis is a practice of enabling change in an enterprise. Okay, a BA is a guy who would, will try to solve problems, who understand the stakeholders' requirements, and he recommends solutions and delivers value, who understands the business value and stakeholders. So a BA can perform a strategic, tactical, and operational level skill set. I want to talk about a little bit about what are the key skills required, to become, to become an IT business analyst. Let's look into a little bit. The core business analyst, a core business, you need to have obviously, a good communication skills is important. Okay, it should be not a chatty person, I would say, but then should be able to clearly articulate the business problem. That's very important. A BA is a guy who can understand the business acumen, what's happening in the business, problem solving skill, what is the problem, getting into the root cause of it. Okay, things like that, analytical thinking, communication skills. And let's go and break it down. They need to have a core business analysis skills where they know how to gather requirements and do analysis, and should be able to do documentations like business requirement document, function requirement documents, user stories, use cases, and should know how to do UML diagrams like BPMN diagrams, UML diagrams, flowcharts. Should know how to do stakeholder analysis and management activities, gap analysis, SWOT analysis, requirements traceability matrix. On the technical side, they need to know a little bit of SQL. Okay, there are roles where BAs, like I said, BAs, if you go into a job description, at this point of time, I would say stay away from job description. You'll get freaked out because job description an ocean. There are a lot of things they're going to ask you, okay? But you cannot deliver everything. What we want to do is we want to show specialization. You don't want to be a generic BA. A generic BA's average wait time is very high. But if you are a ServiceNow BA, your average wait time to get into a job is 0 to 4 months in today, okay? From the time you go into the job market. In Canada, you're looking at a pay scale of somewhere between 90 to 110. In US, you're looking somewhere between 120 to $150,000. So according to the region, the salary might differ, okay, but it's a very high paying career. As long as you know ServiceNow as a basic tool knowledge, you're going, it's good, but there are technical skills which a BAs need to know, which I will deliver for you. Second is knowledge of APIs, okay, application process interfaces. So here, a lot of systems are integrated together with APIs. So as a BA, you need to have a good understanding of what is APIs. We're going to cover in this training how to capture requirements, how to document requirements in APIs, okay, and familiarity with SDLC models like Agile, Scrum, Waterfall, Kanban, all the different kind of software development lifecycle models. So we will be going through one by one, and we understand tools like Jira, Visio, a Lucid Chart, okay, and Excel, Google Sheets, wireframing tools like Balsamic. We're going to cover all of these things in the training. Communication and interpersonal skills. You need to have a strong verbal and written communication. As long as you can clearly communicate, you're fine. Facilitation and meetings and workshops. You will be conducting meetings and workshops, joint application development meetings. So you need to know how to facilitate them. So you'll be learning that. Then sometimes there might be conflict with the stakeholders, conflict with the team members. You'll be having a behavior-based interview questions. So because you're dealing with human beings, there's a possibility there could be conflicts. So you should know how to resolve them and negotiate with them. And then ability to translate technical concepts to non-technical stakeholders. You are dealing with stakeholders, user community who do not know anything about IT. So you should not talk in technical jargons. Your goal is to help understand those technical concept which your development team is doing into more easily understandable. Like some of you guys said, BA's role is like a bridge. Of course, it is true. It's like a bridge. At the same time, we got to understand that our stakeholders are not technical, and it's important for us to help them understand the most easiest way. BAs need to be analytical, and problem-solving skills should be there. Critical thinking. And so I will be teaching you how to solve business problems. I will be giving you case studies to solve this. So more importantly, my role is to help you groom with the skill set from the what kind of tools to use, and also in different situation how to think like a BA. So that's my role, to mold you. Okay, by learning just the tools, you're not going to clear the interview. You need to know how to be a critical thinker, how to approach a problem, how to do an RCA, root cause analysis, decision making skills, things like that. And commonly you are asked for domain knowledge like banking, finance, insurance, healthcare, like I said. If you don't have this, do not worry. I do not have work experience, Sudesh. I have a huge gap in my career. Please don't worry. Okay. When we know one portal, one system, like I am a guideware BA, there are BAs in systems like banking systems like Pega, systems like Guidewire. There are systems in cloud. Then we're talking about Salesforce, right? So these are application BA. When you go as an application-based BA, you don't need to know coding skills. You don't need to know any kind of development skills. No, you just need to know how the product is working, like how you are using an iPhone or a Samsung phone. You know how the product works because you started using it. That's like the product knowledge. Having a product knowledge with a BA knowledge will make you a deadly combination. It's the strongest. Okay, and we want to have a more cloud-based knowledge. ServiceNow is a cloud-based platform, which is also going towards AI engineering. So when you become as a ServiceNow BA, and we also do Gen AI certification also. So down the line, you can come around and do the Gen AI certification as well, and you're set for 10 years. You don't have to worry about. ServiceNow is a strong career for the next 10 years. These guys are rocking out. Almost 80% of Fortune 500 companies are ServiceNow's clients. In 2025, 2026, almost 1.5 million more people are going to join ServiceNow, and you could be one of them. All right. So are the key skills required to become a BA. So BA's critical role is to basically, understand, is a kind of a servant leadership role. We are in a leadership role, but we are more like a servant. We are here to help the project team, and we are here to help the business team. Okay, and we work as a BA, you might be working 3 to 4 projects in a given point of time. All right, but it's very important that as a BA, you only work under your boundaries. All right, so a BA is a kind of guy who will be working with the technical team. He'll be working with the stakeholders, okay, and understand the stakeholders' problem and document them, bring them to the technical team. And they also work with solution architects. Solution architects are the guys who provide solutions for the problem, for the project, okay? It's a teamwork. So we work together, we identify what is the business problem, and we find out what is the right solutions technology solutions we can give, and we build those technologies, and we deliver those applications for the clients. So it is a role. As a BA, one of the most important role you will be playing is to work on the solution. All right. But if you don't understand the problem, you can never provide the solution. So the key components of a solution includes the following. Okay. Organizational structuring, business process reengineering, business process improvement initiatives, information technology to support business. There are business problems they want it at various levels. Okay. Sometimes we can figure out a solution in-house. Sometimes we might have to look out for consultants or technologies. We need to get it from outside to solve the problems. So as a BA, you're literally working with the stakeholders and identifying what solution you can provide. Are you the solution architect? No, you're not the solution architect, but you will help the people who are figuring out the solutions, right? For example, let's say if Angelina is a solution architect, she's working on a solution for the project, but she does not know what's happening in this particular project. So she'll be like, hey, Sudesh, I need your help. Can you please go to this team, do a detailed analysis on this business framework, identify what systems they are using, and find out where they have a business problem, and please get me a process flow diagram. So you will be approaching them, doing requirements meeting, understanding what's happening in their business. You document them into diagrams. It's called as process flow diagrams, where we find out who are the different actors, how's the flow of customer journey is going on, and how are they, where is the customer facing the problem, where are the employees facing the problem, is there a glitch with the system? So you are trying to identify all those problems and you're documenting it. Okay. What I want to do is in this training, even though I take it very lightly in the beginning, slowly I'm going to take you to the depth of it, and we're going to get very close to the job readiness. All right. So we're going to get closer. At any point of time, if you don't understand, please raise your hand. All right. And I will be free to clear your questions. You don't have to wait for the end of the session. Okay. And the next is, there are consultants who are hired to design, propose, develop solutions that will solve the problem. You could be working for a consulting firm for a client, or you could be working for the client itself. So there are different facets. No matter which country you are in, technology is the same. The BA work is same. It doesn't matter. You are in Australia, or you in UK, or in India, or you in Gulf, or Europe. BA role is the same. Technology is the same. It doesn't make any difference. Okay. So any questions so far? How are we doing, guys? Bhumika, hi Sita, hi Srividya, Faizan, Kenneth, Angelina, Tora, Nikita, Jiro, Arti, Laksh, Sam, Mosimi, Raman. Hi Raman, welcome. Any questions so far?
No, we are good, Sudesh. Yeah.
You're doing good? That's very good. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more illustration over here so that you guys can continue to understand what this BA role is. Give me a second over here. Well, as a BA, one of the primary roles is for you to understand the current state of the business problem. Okay, and we are going to start looking case studies from the next session, how to analyze the current state, and how to find. I didn't want to make you guys do practical on the very first day, but we are only trying to understand the BA's role today and what are the various activities we're going to do, and we're going to take it from there, right? For us to understand the business problem, we need to understand what is the current state. We see current state here, future state, gap, and actions to close gap. So what, where, when, who, how. Okay. So in the current state, we have to, when we are trying to research, you will be hired into a new project where we really don't know what is the business problem to a certain extent. So that's why you are invited into a BA. As BA's role, your core reason of hiring you is to do the analysis, going into the business, people understand what is a business problem and help the project team educate on that. That is your key role, is that. So we are doing analysis, and there are analysis techniques we're going to look into. So the current state is you are asking questions like, what's happening in this process? Where is the confusion starting from? When is it done? What does the work look like? Okay, and how is it sequenced? With a sequence of activities, sequence in a process, in a in a transaction. If a customer is applying for a credit card, there's a sequence of activities the employers will do. So what is the sequence? In the future state is, where should it look like? How's the current business process should look like? What kind of change are we looking for? And when will the change should occur? And who will do this? And what are our limitations? What are the constraints? What are the challenges? What are the dependencies we have? And what is the gap between it from point A to point B? If you have to get there from a current state to future state, what different do we have to do? And what kind of systems do we need to bring in? What kind of process changes do we need to do? Okay, a lot of project management guys can relate to what I'm saying. So we have to identify and relate to it. Okay, so understanding the current state and future state, there is even a diagram for that too. Okay, in a current state, you are, there could be a management team, members making strategic decisions for the company. There is a technology stack, array of different technology tools being employed by the company. But maybe the current status operating at an overall efficiency level of only 62%. Maybe the current process, they only 62%. They want to improve the operational efficiency. So that can be done probably by a technology interference, maybe bringing new systems, new business process, where we as an IT guys, we always coming in, we are not here to fix the business process, but we are here to provide you the systems and applications you need to fix your business problems. End of the day, business problems are solved by the management guys. We belong to the IT team, right? There are business analysts also on the business side who might need just some data analyst skills, but we are not learning that in our program. Here we are learning how to become an IT business analyst on the IT side, okay? We will be working how to get this business to go to the future state. We understand, so the business people are telling, we are going to do an organizational restructure. Okay, so we are wanting some specific systems to increase the, we want more automation, reduce manual work, things like that. We want to improve the supply chain efficiency, and so that our, operationally we are efficient at 79%, which increases our revenue or something like that. So pretty much, this is a small example over here. A cash advance request is done manually. Let's say this is the current state. Okay, and they come up with a new plan. We want to automate the cash advance request portal. So this is where we start. As a BA, you will come in, you will try to sit with these guys in the management, and you try to identify, first you need to document the current state. Okay, so what is the current business problem? Who are the users? The user is the customer or the employer? Are we talking about an internal application? Are we talking about an external application? Which system are we using? Where are you finding a change or difficulty? Do you want us to add a new feature to create the new plan, or do you want a brand new system? Right? And whenever we are looking to build a new system or application, we always want to make sure we want a very highly scalable, agile system and advanced system, which is very easy to, is user friendly and also less maintenance and easy to use. There are many components we are looking at. As a BA, you're looking into all those factors and you're understanding what is the client's vision, right? The client's vision is to automate the current cash advance manual process. That's the client's vision. So we're going to automate that. So how are we going to automate it? So as a BA, do you know how to automate it? No, you don't know how to automate it. You are the business analyst. We're not the technical guys. We are only going to document requirements and system level requirements, okay? And we are going to do practicals to understand how to do that. Once it is done, we are creative systems. So we're doing a scaled deployment. We introduction of technology to develop the portal. So you are working with your project team, identifying what technology can be deployed, and you are helping them requirements to the development team so that they're building those systems. Once it is done, and we are doing continuous improvement, which means that once the system is built, we're going to deploy it and we're going to maintain it to make sure that it works efficiently. this is a very small example of understanding. So you start with understanding the problem, and we understand what is the perspective, and we have to do an analysis on what went wrong, what can be done to improve the process, and we're looking into solution. So usually we are into more of a agile sprint methodology, where back in the days we used to do waterfall projects, software development life cycles, and we are looking at projects to run for a period of close to say 1.5 to 2 years, right? A lot of time, a lot of team, a big budget, so it is a very time consuming process. So these days we are into something called sprint methodology, where we are really, we are able to build and deploy a system in 8 months, you can say, at the least, right? So the current state of, as a BA, you try to always understand in the current state, you understand the current state of infrastructure. Okay, you understand what's going on, how is the company operating, how is the departments operating, what are their KPIs, what is they want to do, and so you try to study the as-is process, and then you understand the roadmap of how much time do we have to build the new feature, which is the future state, and then we start building the systems, we start integrating them, and we create friendly software so that the users are able to deploy it. Okay, and in an organization, there are many factors which can affect the change, which can kick off, it can trigger a need for a deployment of a system. If you see, there are many circles over here. The inner circle is core enterprises, departments, value streams, capabilities, supply chain, very department. Then we have extended enterprises. Then we have environmental factors. There are many factors can impact a need for an organization to create an IT project. It could be from within the departments, the core enterprises. It could be from external customers, from suppliers, from strategic partners, even because of political reasons. And of late, if you see the last 5 years, because of COVID, because of elections, there has been a lot of churn in the market. And so organizations are gearing up how to run their businesses. So they are making a lot of changes to their systems, right? Everybody able to see the screen so far? Guys, how are we doing so far? Hello, Mr. Saurav. How are you doing so far? Can you give me a thumbs up? Any questions so far? You can use the emoji down. There's some thumbs up. You can use that. All good? Okay. So I'm going to take your silence as a yes. Okay. So now let's look into this. Okay. You see in the top, there's a bunch of guys sitting on in a table, right? Let's say hypothetically it's a management of a local bank. Okay. So what are the reasons why an IT project? Let's start understanding where the IT project is starting. Okay. We want to understand the BA's role. It's very important. We want to make our foundation strong. When the foundation is strong, you will know what to deliver and where to deliver and how to deliver. Okay. Let's start understanding what can kick off a project. Okay. Let's say, there's a decline in the revenue. Okay. In an organization, when they understand the decline in revenue, they might want to restructure their businesses so their new systems can come. Lack of employee satisfaction. Maybe the employees don't like the current systems, so they want to bring in new systems. The legacy systems are getting obsolete, so they want to bring in new systems, more scalable, modern systems, which employees might like it. Loss of customer base. Okay, maybe there's because of bad customer experience, they're not able to track the customer experience, so they want new systems where they can track customers' experience, and they want to improve the customer's portfolio. Falling stock prices. Okay, high operating cost, shrinking profit margins, high defect rate, high employee attrition rate. These are the various reasons an organization will strongly decide, they are needing to start a project. Okay. So as a BA, what your role is, you will be first sent to the IT department. From IT department, you're asked to meet managers from the business team, to identify the main root causes of the problem. Okay, so you got to understand the business process where the project wants to be done. That's the problem domain analysis. Okay, that's a problem domain, and you belong to the solution domain, which is the IT department. Okay, so this is IT department. Okay, so what you want to understand here is you will be one of the first people to walk into the problem domain, and we want to understand what the problem. If you don't understand the problem, do you think you can find a solution? What do you guys think? Mr. Soro, Raman, Mosimi, Sam, Laksh, Tora, Nikita, Arti, Jiro, Angelina, what do you guys think? Kenneth, if you don't understand the problem, can we answer the answer? Can we find a solution? Many
No, we
times,
don't.
no, right? Thank you. But I want you to be interactive. Okay, this is a very controlled, nobody's going to judge. We are all here to learn. Okay, and as a business analyst, you need to talk. You need to ask questions. Okay, it's okay. Nobody's going to judge anybody. I'm your mentor. I'm not here to judge you. In fact, I will get to know where you are at and help you train more. I want to tell you, when you go into an IT project, you might not have answers many times, even though there's a project deck is given everything to you. You might not have. I will show you real-time project decks. I will show you how the project decks will look like, how to get to speed. A real-time project, you need to get into a speed within 2 weeks. Okay, so I will show you how to get into speed in two weeks. So I will be showing all the artifacts and everything. We will be going through it. Okay, but what I want to tell you is, in a real-time project, when you go in, one of the most important things you have to understand is you need to find the answers. You need to, you'll be doing research and analysis. So you need to start documenting questions. As long as you have questions, you'll find answers. It's good to have questions. It's nothing wrong about it. As a BA, you should learn how to ask questions, and people will love it. Okay, so that's a good start right there. Okay, so all right, so let's go ahead. So as a BA, you're trying to understand the policies, you're trying to understand the organization strategies, organization structure. You're looking into their business processes, your applications, what systems they're using. All of those things we are trying to do analysis. So our role here is to really identify the root cause, identify the main root cause of the problem, and document it. Okay, so I will teach you how to document that. And once it is done, we define the business need. Clearly, we are able to define, because business people, the stakeholders, they know only to say, hey, you know what, I think this is a problem and we want this, but they really don't know the root cause. Our role is to really get into the deep and understand the root cause, where the problem is originating, because we want to find a solution which we don't have to meet again and again, because organizations are spending $1 million to fix this. An IT project will range, a smaller IT project can range from 1 to 3 million. Okay, that is a small scale project, I can say $1 to $3 million project. And then you have a project which can range from $10 to $15,000. Then, and there are projects which can go up to 50 to 300 million also, right? 25 million project, if you get into, you can say you got yourself a substantial level project. It's a pretty sizable project. I have worked in projects, they are costing around 300 million also. I've worked in those kind of projects. Huge team will be working. There is no error. We don't want to mess it up. There's a lot of budget going in. In the interview, when you're going in, I will be giving you projects and for your interview, so that you can answer those projects in your resume, because as a BA, you do need to show some capstone projects and you need to explain them in the interview for you to get the job. And I'll be giving you those, knowledge for you guys to, have those capstone projects, which we will go through in this trainings. We will be going through API projects, data cleanup projects, user interface projects. All right. There are different kind of ServiceNow projects. We'll be going through different kind of projects which you can show as a capstone projects for your interview. So for you to understand the projects, you got to understand this training. Whatever I'm teaching in this training is very, very important for you, because you got to understand. You can go into YouTube, you can go into Udemy, you can go wherever you want to learn. but they will teach you like a definition. They will never teach you what you need to do on the job. And this is a very highly mentorship driven career. Okay, and I will help you obviously to help you to get into the job. Okay, and so you belong to the solution team, like I said. You will be documenting the business needs. Okay, and this is defining the solution. That's a very important component. You know the problem. Okay, and we know to and we for us to clearly come up with a solution, we need to come up with the we have to define the business need very clearly. Yes, Nikita, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. So wanted to ask, are you going to be discussing at the basic level even that how business analysts are being used at in different silos?
Yeah, yeah. So the Nikita, what I want to tell you is
Sure.
majority of people over here are from non-IT
I'm sorry,
background.
I have too many questions here
No, no, it's
today.
okay.
Uh-huh.
No problem. I know you attended the training, but this is
Uh-huh.
not a intermediate level, advanced level training. You're going to go from 0 to 100. Okay, so you're going to start from what is BA. We're going to start from there, and then we'll
Sure.
start slowly go into everything because I specialize in helping people from absolutely no IT background to become IT consultant. For me to achieve that, I need to take you from ground zero.
Got it. Thank you.
Welcome. So the thing is, what happens is like you can learn a lot about business analysis content all over the internet. When I wanted to become a BA, I tell you something, I thought I can self-learn myself. Throughout my career, I have learned myself to become a program manager. And I thought that's going to be in IT too. So I was wrong. I went into Udemy, I went into YouTube, I went into Google, a lot of concept. What really happened was there was an information paralysis. Too much of information, but I really did not know how to put this all together. So it's very important for you to go through a strong training. A strong mentorship is required for you to transition into the job because there is a method. There are very few skills that we need. We need to learn it accurately, very strategically. We have to learn, and we need a strategic preparation to land into a six-figure job. All right. So I'll be guiding you with that. Are we doing good so far? Can you give me a thumbs up? Can you give me a thumbs up, guys? Please use the emoji in the bottom. Thank you. Good job, guys. You guys are engaging well. Keep it up. All right. So let's come to the defining the solution. Okay. Defining the solution is not your role, guys. Okay. Solution is defined by solution architect. In your team, there is solution architect, there is a developer, there's a project manager, there's an infrastructure architect, there's a software testing person, and there probably might be a release manager. And then you have a security team who takes care of the security, cybersecurity side. Okay. But what I want to tell you is you are going to start in the next session when we come in tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we will start learning who are your team members, what are their roles. This is a teamwork, but everybody has their own unique activity to do. And it's very important for you to understand that. Okay. Defining the solution is not your role. It is defined by the technical team. It's defined where solution architects, infrastructure architects, developers, they are doing the brainstorming to identify what is the solution. What your role is to understand the business problem and bring the business problem to the table, document the business problem to the table, help the development team, delivery team understand the business problem, and define the business needs as clear as possible. And then we do documentations like business case, project charter, business requirement document, and then we start doing those kind of documentation. We'll have a session where we're going to go through documentations, and I will show you those documentations as we go ahead. Okay. And once we have when we have defined the solution, thumbs up, you guys have done a successful job. Now we're going to implement the solutions. If you see here, okay, we're going to implement the solutions. All right. So what we're going to do is we start documenting like project charters, project plans, functional requirement documents. Then we have something called use cases. We document the business rules, transition rules, and user stories, acceptance criterias, and many more documentations. We start doing it for the project. Okay, so this is very critical for you to understand what you're doing and what you're not doing, is because there's a lot of misinformation about BAs. BAs think that, oh, I need to know SQL. I think I need to do a data analyst. Be very clear. BA guys are not data analysts. You might find a data analyst job description with a business analyst job title. That's a total confusion. Okay. There's a data analyst role, and then you have business analyst role. We also teach data analysts in our company too, where we teach Excel, SQL, Tableau, R programming, and Python. Okay. And then we have BA roles. This is an IT BA. For us, if you know barely if you know SQL at a beginner level, it's more than enough. That's all the tools we know. Maybe sometimes Tableau. What you're here to not to become a data analyst. Please be very clear. Okay, we are here to become a business analyst, IT business analyst in ServiceNow platform, which is where the money is, right? We want to rather study something where it will give you more cash flow, where your income can surpass 6 figures, where you can get more remote jobs, where you can have a global career. The career you're going to learn in this program is not specific only to your region. It's not specific only to US. It's not specific to Canada, UK. It's a global career. You could be sitting in US. You could be taking a job from Europe. You could be sitting all over US. You can take a remote job, right? Same in Canada too. Same in India, any region. Or you're taking jobs from Europe too. ServiceNow is an upcoming career. So we're going to learn different kind of case studies as we go, continue to learn. These are the various documentations I was talking about. I kind of try to zoom in a little bit. Once we have the solutions ready, we start documenting like project charter, requirements management plans, functional requirements, business requirements. I will be helping you document the BRDs, and we do some system level documentations too. We will do epics, user stories, acceptance criterias. You might not know what it is, all these things. It's okay. I'm going to break it down for you guys one by one. We're going to go way detail into it so that when you guys coming out, you are laughing. Okay. And we will also teach you what is data dictionary. Important documents are these are very important documents, wireframes and markups and RTMs. Gonna go deep dive into it. Okay. When you're going into a project, there are three things which are very important: cost, um, scope and time and quality. This is called as iron triangle in project management. Your PM will be watching out to make sure, at any point of time we know the clear timeline, the clear scope, and the cost, and we'll never compromise on the quality. As a BA, you're not a PM, but you're pretty much like an assistant PM. You always have to make sure that there's something called scope creep. Once your requirements get finalized, it always happens the client might come up with, hey, by the way, I have one more feature I want to add. Can you please add it? But as a BA, can we do that? Answer is no. There is something called change management request form, where we analyze, will this particular requirement which is going to add in the mid during the development, there's a new requirement is coming in, client wants that added. We're trying to do an assessment whether this particular requirement will increase the cost of the project. Will it increase the timeline? Will it increase the scope of the project? Is it even feasible? We do a feasible analysis. So I'll be talking a lot about it, but as a BA, you always want to make sure that your work as a requirements manager, you are the manager for requirements management, and your role is to make sure that you document the requirements and deliver it right on time. Because of you, that you don't want to increase the timeline of the project, which will in turn increase the cost, because the consultants are paid by hour. They're very expensive. And you want to make sure that you remain within the scope of the project. There is something called in scope and out of scope. Okay, in scope means the requirements which are important and which needs to be deployed in this project. Okay, then we have out of scope. Out of scope means it's important, but it's not urgent. We can deliver it in the next project. Okay, so what I want to really give you guys is an introduction to this training today. I don't want to take it really heavy. Okay, usually I want to tell you my trainings will go 1.5 hours to 2 hours. But if I take a topic, I will clear it. And every day, or every training when you're coming in, before that, you will know, how many, what is the program, how much are we, what are we going to study today, the timeline, the module, All the sessions are recorded. Once after these first 3 sessions, you will be joining this program and you'll be making a small payment, which is like somebody in you break it into three installments if you're in US or in Canada. So you'll be joining by end of this week, and once you do, we'll be creating a WhatsApp group, and we will have administrators to assist you. You'll have access to the recordings. Training documents will be sent out to you. Templates will be sent out to you. Study materials, case studies, homework, practicals. There's a lot of hands-on. For the next 2 months, 2 to 2.5 months, I would say 3 months, I recommend you to strongly focus on upskilling yourself. Don't worry about job. Okay, like I said, in 3 weeks, a gentleman currently got a job as a ServiceNow BA, right? So market is really hard for ServiceNow BA, not just BA, okay? No, just BA. We're doing ServiceNow BA because my responsibility, I'm a staffing company, and I don't know how many people you know. We are actually a staffing and a training company. And let me show you something over here so that you get to understand what we do. As a training company, I only work in niche technologies. I only work on technologies which are cloud-based. Okay. We are providing training for cloud data engineering, cloud DevOps engineering, certified cloud administrator, data science, cybersecurity, cloud security. We are a whole array of things we're doing. Then on the business analyst, I do ServiceNow. This is the success recipe we want to focus right now at this moment. These are the jobs which are high demand and less supply. If you have one of the skill set, you can get into job market within 4 months. Okay, so the people who do not have any prior IT experience, the best place to start for you is the ServiceNow BA. Don't require any coding skills. We're going to completely groom you. Okay, cybersecurity, data science, cloud administrator, cloud engineering, cloud DevOps, all of those things require. These are not entry level careers. These are intermediate level, and they require a prerequisite. So we're not learning that, but I do want to let you know that we're not the kind of companies we do training because we want to do training. No, we focus on the jobs, and then we go ahead and decide what training to give you so that you will know what you will be able to get into jobs. So I do want to tell you that you are in good hands, and we have a very strong marketing team as well where we can help you wherever you are located. Okay. Before I want to have a very short session. The training always is going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evening at 8 p.m. EST. I know there are people who logged in from different time zones. I know this training is very important for you, and I'm very dedicated, and it is very important for me. There are people here who know me before. Your training is very important for me, and I'll be very working hard to help you. All you have to do is have an open mind and have that leap of faith and jump into it and then figure out. You cannot figure out and jump. You cannot do that. It doesn't work. Once you know the ServiceNow technology is in boom, do your research and everything. Once you're all good, jump in and get on with it. Okay. Any questions before I close the day, close the evening? Any questions, guys? Mamadou,
Yeah,
Faith?
I have a question,
Yes,
Sudhir.
Faizan, go
So
ahead.
next week, my shifts are in the afternoon, so I'll be working from 12 to 8:30.
Okay.
So I want to know, and like I get home at around 9 p.m. from work uh,
Okay.
in the afternoon shift. So how would that work, like the classes and
The
everything?
training time is always going to be 8 p.m. starting EST because we are time zone. People are coming from different time zones. Okay.
Right.
What you want to do is 8:30. If you're coming in, log into your phone, put on your earphones as you travel back home, get online. Okay. When you come home, jump into the session. But if you are unable to do that, then you might have to catch up in recordings. That's the only way we can look into it. Okay.
Okay.
All the sessions are recorded.
Okay. So I have like rotations, right? So it's like 2 weeks morning, 2 weeks afternoon. So
Oh,
basically,
is it? Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but the weeks which you're not able to attend it, it's going to be recorded. There are people who come in half hour late. Usually, what I do is, Faizan, after this week, I will be giving you practicals, homework. I will be reviewing your activities and stuff like that. Usually, the first half hour, I'm reviewing your work and clearing some basic questions, so you won't miss out much.
So we will get like recordings of the sessions,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
After the fact. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good then. Yeah, that can work then. Thanks.
Okay. Yes, Angelina, go ahead.
Hey, Shadid. Hey, it seems like I know some of us, I don't know how many people that don't have experiences. This is their first session, but it seems like others know a lot. They're already in the field. How do you assign us in a group when we're doing like projects? Like how do you assign that since some of us don't know nothing yet, so we're trying to learn the basic knowledge of it.
Yeah. Angelina, that's totally okay. Don't worry about it. I started from where you are. Okay. I started
Okay.
from where you are, and this is where I reached. Okay. So don't worry. Fear is nothing but is a fear of unknown. Okay. I specialize in helping people from zero IT skills to IT jobs. Okay. So I have a method of teaching. You just have to focus one day at a time.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying, Angelina? Focus one day at a time. I don't want you to study anything outside what I'm teaching. Okay. Whatever I'm teaching, go back and do some research on that and understand. Be in that circle of learning only because my training is very targeted. We only teach you the key skills which are required to transition to the job. You don't need any IT or IT infrastructure or an IT degree. No, you don't need it. And that's why a lot of people are able to successfully transition into ITBA. There is a method to move into this. Just because you did some random training, it doesn't work that way. You need to know specific skill set which are required for clearing the interview. Angelina, I'll be giving you a lot of homework and practicals. Don't worry. By the time you finish, you're going to be really good. You'll be laughing.
Okay. And do we have a certain like database that we need to download, like in
For
order
your
for us to
laptop,
complete some? Yeah.
like you want to, are you talking about a laptop configuration?
Right. Like, like when we're working on a project or whatever project that we're working on, are we working on certain like what do you call it? Like a system that we have to use, or
Yeah,
are
yeah,
you?
yeah. You will be using some systems, yeah. And there are not paid tools. They are free versions of it, which you will be downloading. When
Okay.
we get there, I will guide you. You download it because you
Okay.
got to do your practicals, like process flow diagrams, state diagrams, sequence diagrams, activity diagrams. You'll be doing analysis diagrams, and we need to know why we are doing those diagrams. So you will be learning one by one. I will show you in the class how to do those diagrams. Then
Mhm.
you do the homework and you present that homework to
Okay.
me.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Good question, Angelina. Keep it up. Yes, Nikita, go ahead.
Um, so just correct me if I'm saying anything wrong here. I'm still learning, like the others are here too. So my question here is, if I heard it right, the training is going to be Wednesday and Friday,
Monday,
the next
Wednesday,
week.
and Friday. Monday,
Yeah, this
Wednesday, and
week.
Friday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that is at 8 o'clock. And after this finishes, after the training gets over, you're going to be giving us assignments to do, right? Every
Yeah.
day?
You are going to go through case studies. Pretty much by next class, we're going to have a case study, right?
Okay, got it.
So I'm going to give you a real world case study
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to help you solve it.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to have a case study where you're going to start creating documentations, flow diagrams on it, user journeys on it. So everybody will have a case study.
Okay, got it.
There's a lot of sample and examples we're going to learn from.
Mm-hmm. And then my second question, which leads to this one, is along after this is over in there, the 3 days one, like you said, the self-paced studies, which is going to be with a mentor in there, which is a non-paid one program in there too. That is for how many months? Can you repeat it?
The actual in-class training is for 2 months.
Okay, it's for 2 months in there.
2 months. The reason I give you self-paced is because because you can save that 2 months because you can when you're studying self-paced you can because it's alternative days training, right? So it takes 2 months to finish it, but if you do self-paced, you can crush it in 1 month.
Okay, and sorry, one last question here too. Is this a certificate program?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You're getting certified through us. You're going to get certified through Scrum Institute. You're going to get services certified through ServiceNow.
Okay, got it. That's without enrolling for the program further?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the last part. You got to enroll in this program to complete this training.
Okay, that is after the self-paced program, right? If I got it.
I'm sorry, I still did not understand your question.
Okay, so like after 3 days, this week, if I got it right, we attend 3 classes in there, right?
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The
Yeah.
three training programs in there, which you said, and then we have the mentor self-paced program, right? That is the
No,
non-paid one or the paid one?
Let me clear to you. The
Sure.
main focus of this training is the business analyst training, which is done by me.
Okay.
Okay, and that is in-class training.
Sure.
You have to sign up for in-class to get a self-paced training.
Oh, got it. That was my
Yeah,
question.
self-paced training itself is $1,200. You're gonna get it for free. Before that, you got to sign up the BA. But if you want only, if you say, Sudesh, I've done the BA training, all I want ServiceNow training, no problem. We'll figure out, we can discuss another plan with you.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, there are people who pay only for the recorded trainings, and with the mentor support they're studying. If you want, you can jump into that. We can offer that program too. If you already done the BA training, then obviously you don't have to do that, right? So Nikita, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a call tomorrow, and we can give a get on a quick call. When are you available?
I'll send you an email and let you know. How about that?
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
know. Then
Sure.
we can get on a phone call and we can discuss. Okay.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So Bhumika, Sita, Srividya,
Hello.
and
Hello, Sundar.
Zero. Hi,
I have
Ken. Go ahead.
question. I have two
Yeah,
questions.
please, I would
Yeah.
still like to talk to you privately
Yeah.
after the class, maybe tomorrow or next.
Yeah, no problem. You can give me a call after the class too. We can get on a quick call if you want.
Oh,
Right?
all right. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. And Mama, do
Muhammad
you have a
Ibrahim.
question?
Yeah, two questions.
Yeah.
The first one, you said the training the training are 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and start at 8:30
8
IST
p.m.
time, 8
It's
p.m.
8 p.m. 8 p.m. EST.
EST. Okay, what
Yeah.
time is that in Central? CST.
We might have to Google that. Want to
Okay.
Google that. Yeah, Google that. Right. Hey, Faith, are you Central Time?
Yeah, it's 7 p.m. my time.
It's 7 p.m., Mamadou.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And now
Happy to have you
another
here.
question.
Yeah.
This is about business analyst. Does business analyst you do a lot of writings, or just you need to just use some forms?
Great question. That's a great question, but it's ahead of the time. But I would like to answer this question. Remember, in this training in the beginning, I talked about two software development lifecycle. One is waterfall, another one is agile, Scrum. Remember, we talked about different kind of software development life cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The waterfall methodology is a traditional methodology of software development where the documentation is huge for B, a lot of documentation. But the good news is today 95% of the job market has moved from waterfall to agile methodology, agile scrum framework, right? In agile scrum framework, our documentation is reduced by almost 90 to 95%. We only do 15 in our current BA role based on the current market requirement. Our documentation is only between, say, 15 to 20%. Very less documentation and more of an analyst job. So that is why when we learn the software development lifecycle, that phase, Mamadou, I'm going to go in detail, and you will clearly understand what are the two different, how these two software development life cycles are different from each other, and how your documentation. So what I want to tell you, this is an important question which Mamadou has brought it up. What I want to tell you, you're going to get a lot of information coming your way. Okay, in the beginning, it might be a little all over the place. Have patience because your mind is trying to process the information which is coming your way. what you don't understand today, you might start understanding after a week or 10 days. Okay, you got to understand it takes time for you to process the information is coming your way and organize yourself, and it'll all start making sense. It takes time. All right. So there is no shortcuts. Definitely, this training requires at least 2 months of proper hardcore training for you to become a seasoned BA. Okay, Mamadou, this is a great question. We want to get it clear.
Okay.
All right. Hi, Faith. How are you? Happy to see you. I thought you missed the session today.
No, I didn't. I was just kind of late. So
That's okay. It's
yeah,
all
but
right.
I'm
I'm
gonna
glad
get
you're here.
questions, right?
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
All right. So, any other questions before I close the day?
Yes, I just want to ask a quick question.
Yes,
I want
yes,
to know
Jerry.
what is the cost for sign up for the
Which city
BA
are you
course?
in? Are you in Canada?
Yes, I'm in Canada.
If you're in Canada, you're going to the program fee is 1,700, which you can pay in 3 installments. There is a 3 installment payment program for everybody, no matter if you're US or Canada, and that program includes ServiceNow training and BA in-class training. You get a self-paced ServiceNow training for free, and you are going to get a job placement assistance. We're going to give you a resume, interview prep, interview questions, and everything. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to send you my webinar session recording to you in the email when you get in tomorrow. Kindly take time. I've talked very detailed in it, but I strongly recommend you to get on a phone call with me where I can give you an individual plan and I can explain more detail. Okay?
Right. So is the 1,700 USD or Canadian dollars?
Canadian, sir. Canadian.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Any other questions? Angelina, Arti, how are you doing? Srividya, Kenneth, Nikita, Tora, Sam, Mosimi, Faith, all you guys good?
Yes, I'm good.
All right. So thank you so much. You guys been a great audience. Very interesting questions. I'm very happy and excited to be here. And I would like to see you the next session on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. EST. You're going to get emails, notifications, and all those good stuff. Okay. All have a great night, guys. Thank you for coming. Have a good night. See you all on Wednesday. Thank you so
Good
much.
night, Sudesh.
Welcome. Bye.
Night. Bye.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.